I am Victoria Curtis. I'm a sophomore at Radford. I'm majoring in social science, and I plan to add a sociology major, and I also minor in Appalachian studies. I was born in Mechanicsville, Virginia. It's near Richmond, and I Radford was the only school I got into. Conveniently, it's where I wanted to go, so it kind of worked out. But as soon as I got here, I knew that I wanted to stay in the mountains forever. I've always had that dream of having the cabin up on the top of the hill, and as soon as I got here, I know that I was going to stay here forever. And as for Appalachia, I work with a few of the people in here for ACES, Appalachian Arts and Studies in schools, and we go to surrounding schools. The first semester, we visit them and help them adjust to college, and we'll get an idea of what college is going to be like for them. And they come here and visit, see college, the campus and everything. And then second semester, we go there and talk to them about Appalachia, what it means for them, how they feel about it, and get to know more about their perspective. And they also come here again in the spring. So
These are high school students?
yes, yes. And this past year, I was at Rocky Gap High School, and this coming up year, I will be a team leader for Patrick County High School. So
What kind of stories do you see in the students, and when do you see those light bulbs go off and the inspiration happen? When do you see a change happening?
well, all of the students are so different. I know in Rocky Gap, they all came from very widespread areas. One of my students, her high school closed, and she had a 45-minute drive to school every day. So they come from, some of them are okay economically, some are not, some have iffy situations, and they all come together and we talk to them and see their perspectives on life and college. And some of them they don't desire to go to college, but then when we go in and we get to talk to them, they see that it's a reality, it can happen, and they get excited about it, which is really nice to see.
What kind of questions do they ask you?
Well, at first they don't really ask any questions. They just kind of sit there awkwardly. But they ask us about like how hard it is and how much work and the social life of it and making sure everything stays in check. And obviously financial aid, how to pay for it, and what colleges to go to. Because some of them don't want to go to four-year colleges. They like the idea of community college and two-year programs and other schools. And it's just a matter of them talking to us about what they like, and we can help them decide where is best for them to go.
Victoria Curtis also works with students in Floyd County, Virginia on an oral history project.
I work with Melinda Wagner, a sociology professor at Radford, with the Floyd County Place-Based Education Project, and I believe it's been going on for 7 years, something like that. And it's a group of mentors, it's Radford students, and we learn how to use audio and video equipment, and we learn how to interview, and basically everything that we learn, we teach the students at Floyd High School, and we teach them how to record interviews, how to transcribe, how to create content logs, and at the end they make movies. And the theme for the past 7 years has been interviewing World War II veterans, because it's a history that's soon to be lost, and because they're sadly not going to be around forever, and we're trying to get all of the oral histories down before they're gone. So at the very end of the project, they make a 7 to 8 minute video that tells the story of the veterans, and they're shared with the veterans and their families, and it's a really great thing, and it works to create connections between several generations. We have the high school students, we have the Radford mentors, we have the professors that we work with, the teachers, and then of course the veterans. So it brings all of us together to work on such an amazing project. It preserves the local history of Floyd. And the students get to learn much more about where they're from, because most of them don't really understand the history of Floyd. So we get to work with them, and they tell us about Floyd, and then we get to experiment with it, and everybody gets a great learning experience out of it. So,
What do you want to be doing 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
well, if I ever get out of school, I plan to be a teacher, and I would like to be a professor at Radford, but That's a long ways off. I would like to teach high school, social studies, government, something along those lines.